Here's a question that's often asked on a 1505 midterm. It's asking for the derivative of the inverse at a particular point. So we need to use one common formula and then realize kind of what it's asking, and it's actually not too bad. So as soon as we see something like this, which is asking for the derivative of the inverse function, remember this f to the negative 1, that means the inverse function, and then d by dx is the derivative. We just need to remember one formula that equals 1 over the derivative of the original solved at the answer to that inverse. And what that means is that we're going to work from the inside out, so we need to find this piece first, which again is just the inverse function of f of x solved when x equals 0. So the inverse when x equals 0 means the original when y equals 0. And then we're solving for the x. So all I'm going to do is sub in 0 for f of x in the original and try and solve for x. We can see that this is a quadratic, which actually factors pretty nicely into 2x plus 1 and x minus 3. Now we can see that there will be two values for x, one that solves this bracket and one that solves this bracket. But here's where we use the last clue in the problem, that says x is less than 0. So we know here x is equal to negative 1/2, and in this one x is equal to 3. Since we know x is less than 0, here's our answer for x. So this guy is not an answer. So we know that x equaling negative 1/2 gives a value of 0, so that must mean that this piece is negative 1/2. So now this formula becomes 1 over the derivative of the original. Again, that's that notation. This is f prime, right? Not f to the negative 1 prime. Derivative of the original solved at negative 1/2. So this is now pretty basic calculus, right? The derivative of f of x up here is simply 4x minus 5. Sub in negative 1/2, and you get 1 over 4 times negative 1/2 minus 5. That equals 1 over negative 2 minus 5 equals negative 1 over 7. So that is the derivative of the inverse solved when x equals 0 in the inverse, which is the same as y equaling 0 in the original. Solve for that x value that gives you that answer, and then plug that in. So this is the only formula you need to memorize, and then work from the inside out. Hopefully this is helpful. You can always send us more info at arnoldtutoring.com. Thanks.